Justice Center is a one-stop shop where victims of violence can come and report those crimes, get services for their crime, talk to their prosecutor, and basically get all of the services that they would get from multiple locations in one location.
That one location for the Norfolk Family Justice Center is here in downtown Norfolk. Multiple service and law enforcement agencies have collaborated to create the first Family Justice Center in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Partners include the Norfolk Commonwealth Attorney's Office, the Norfolk Police Department, the YWCA Southampton Roads, the Norfolk Department of Human Services, Chesapeake Forensic Specialists, and the Norfolk Sheriff's Office.
They are going to come here on what is probably the most traumatic day of their lives, looking for help. And if we can provide that help without shuttling an individual across the city to 10 different places, then I think that we've taken into account the trauma that they have experienced.
Our services will have an emphasis on being trauma-informed, meeting women where they are, and helping them make good choices as they think about their future, as they gain confidence. We want to make sure they have the skills and the supports they need to be successful and safe.
Each of the Family Justice Center partners provide an array of services to victims of crime, especially victims of domestic violence and sexual assault.
The YWCA is going to provide kind of an initial intake and really look at the victims and any children that were also exposed to any violence to see what their needs are. And then we will connect them to those services, whether that's internally at the Family Justice Center, including counseling, victim advocacy, law enforcement, prosecution, benefits, particularly maybe civil attorneys, child care, and case management services. And then we'll also look at external partners and try to co-locate those services in the coming years to meet those needs.
A lot of times victims will recant because their partner is their source of income. And we want to be able to help them break the cycle of violence by providing wraparound services, which should include housing, counseling services, and the like.
The Norfolk Police Department will have an investigator assigned during the open hours of the center. That investigator is a criminal investigator, and while the primary focus will be family and intimate partner violence and sexual assault, the investigator is trained to handle all sorts of crimes that come in the door here.
Chesapeake Forensic Specialists provides sexual assault forensic exams, strangulation assessments with evidence collection, as well as intimate partner or domestic violence assessment exams. When a victim presents to the Family Justice Center, that's kind of the initial point of contact for us. We meet with them, we get consent to do the exam. It's a head-to-toe nursing assessment. We provide referrals as needed. Kind of like a one-stop shop. We can refer to advocacy services, we can refer to law enforcement, other human services that are available within the Family Justice Center.
The department will be able to respond quickly to meet emergency needs for victims of crime. So starting with a needs assessment of their family, helping develop a plan as they move forward, and helping them navigate community resources.
Camp Hope is an offshoot of the Family Justice Center. And it's the part of the Justice Center that is about taking care of the children of victims of domestic violence or sexual assault. Joining up and partnering with the Family Justice Center and the creation of Camp Hope is another way that we can make a difference in the lives of others in our community. So the idea of hope, it's really important as it relates to helping children get out of that cycle of violence.
The center is going to fulfill a need, and that is the need to better serve our citizens in our community. Bring the services to them rather than sending them to each of the different services.
Impacts that I expect to see through the Family Justice Center are an increase in awareness, increases actually in the number of reports, people coming forward, having that comfort level to come forward and report these situations. I would expect also to see, better prosecution rates.
What we hope to do is have victims of crime have a greater faith in the Commonwealth Attorney's Office and our ability to keep them safe and our ability to make them whole again.
Victims of crime are often traumatized, and we focus on that victim. I think it's important that we focus on the whole system. You know, the city of Norfolk looking at not just victims, but others impacted as a result of that victimization, so that we get better prosecution rates, we get better offender accountability, but also so that we can really effectively treat that trauma.
Let's just say you're a woman who's been sexually assaulted or the victim of domestic abuse. You're trying to figure out where you can go to get help. You're trying to figure out, where am I going to live? You're trying to figure out, you know, is there someplace out there that can help me? Well, here in Norfolk, there's a place just like that. It's the Family Justice Center.